What's up, good people? How y'all doing? This is Ace from Ace Corner Talk. Hope all is well. Hope your families are doing well. Just wanted to give you a little content today. Hopefully everybody's in good spirits to receive what I have to say. It's a good day. No complaints, no problems. I just wanted to say peace to all of the family out there, all of those who have subscribed to Ace Corner Talk, all of those who continue to be a support to this broadcast and channel. I say appreciate it. Salute, hats off to all of you who spend a part of your day with Ace and the family. Trying to get myself stable real quick so I can open this chat up. So the Aces in the hole could be able to converse. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Want to send a shout out to my wife, Queen C. Appreciate your love for all that you do for your hubby. Appreciate you. What's up, Latasha Pope? What's up, Dark Chocolate? What's good with everybody? Alright, give me 1 second while I get this delay out of my phone here. Alright, cool. So like I was saying, I appreciate all the love. Appreciate the love from the family. Appreciate the love from everybody that continues to support Ace Corner Talk. To all of my new subscribers, to all of those who have been continuously showing me love, I appreciate all of you guys. Much love to you. Now, with that being said, I want to dig right into this topic I got today. I'm not going to be on here long, so catch me while you can, because I'm just going to get right into the build, and I'm going to keep it moving. I don't have all day. I got to get some rest so I can continue doing what I got to do on the job, all right? So today we want to talk about the attachments or the attachment to the puppet master. And I'll elaborate on what I mean by that. I'll get right into it. Won't hold anybody up. So Aces in the hole. I want to see y'all active. I want to see y'all doing something. Y'all motivate me. Every time I see that chat room going, y'all motivate me to get excited. So let's build some excitement up. But anyway, the attachments to the puppet master being the one who pulls the strings. Now, as we see it, we have individuals that we can look at and say, it's somebody driving them. Or somebody's pulling the strings behind that individual. May it be at the job. May it be they might not be smart enough to do the job, so somebody else is actually doing the job for them, and they're taking the credit. I just want to throw that as an example. Or maybe you have a loved one or family member where you are the voice for them, where they might not be able to speak up for their own self. You ever had a family member that you always had to fight for? He wouldn't bust a grape or wouldn't smash a fly if it came down to it. But, you know, it was like you was always the one that had to jump in there. You was the puppet. They was the puppet and you was the master. And as I look across my state, I can even just come to Maryland. As I look across Maryland, as I look across the inner workings in Baltimore, and I start to look on all of the social media networks, it dawned on me that a lot of people are under the influence or are attached to the puppet master. There's somebody pulling their strings. And every time he tweak one of them strings, they move a certain way. And we call it sometimes putting a battery in somebody's back. Pull one of those strings, move to the left. Pull another string, move to the right. Pull up there, let his foot come up. We talking about the puppet master. We talking about people who are driven by other people's thoughts. People who are driven by other people's motives. People who are constantly being driven by the puppet master. And as I look today, a lot of actions that people do are only driven because somebody else is driving the actions behind them. It's not that they're doing it themselves. It's not that they have all of that much heart and all of that much manpower to do it. No, they're doing it their own self. They are the ones that have the battery behind the puppet. And it's crazy. As I look back over the situations that I've been through, it only drew me to the conclusion that there's a lot of people that talk a lot, talk a big bite, but won't do anything. And somebody else pumping their thoughts, somebody else pumping their way of thinking or their way of responding or their way of reacting. There's somebody else driving that. And it's funny because when you start to dive in to a person's inner workings, you'll see that they're nothing. You'll see that everything they do is driven through somebody else's eyes. It'll be the same way as if I was trying to live my life through my kids, or trying to live my kids' life through my eyes. Trying to dictate to them what to do in their life, or trying to dictate what they should be in their life. Trying to make them what I wasn't, okay? Yeah, I wanted to be a basketball player, a veterinarian. That'd be crazy of me to try to push my kids to play basketball, to be a basketball player when that's not in their future or when that's not what they want to do. Then that would make me that would make me the master of the puppet, right? Y'all following this lot? Y'all following this here? So I'm talking about the puppet master. I'm talking about somebody that's driven by somebody else's thoughts. They're not man enough. They're not woman enough. They don't have enough heart to do what's supposed to be done under their own roof, in their own mind, in their own heart. They're driven through somebody else's thoughts. And as I navigate and see all of these different personalities I come across, different YouTube personalities, all of these folks show me in their own way that they're driven by somebody else. Somebody's thinking for them. Somebody's charging them up. Somebody's giving them the heart to do what they do, to say what they say. And it's kind of funny to me. I don't know. Maybe I just thought this up out of clear sky, but I believe my mind is taking me right there because as I see how people react and respond, they're under the influence of the master. And they're the puppets. The strings are being pulled and telling them where to go, what to say, how to move, how to react. They don't have a mind of their own. They're just being driven by strings. And I laughed today. Today is a good day. I have nothing to complain about. I don't have no sad stories. I just want to do my own commentary since I see a lot of people commentary on a lot of things. I just thought maybe I'll commentary a little bit. Not throwing shade, not pulling names out the hat. I just wanted to give a few minutes of a commentary just to say I see how people are being pulled by the strings. They are the puppet. And somebody's the master over them. And that puppet master, whatever it is being told to do, they're doing it. But knowing they don't have the heart to back it up, knowing they don't have the heart to stand under it, they're just under the influence of the pulling of the strings. Somebody's plucking every single string in them. I know it's comical, but I have to do it. I know it's crazy and I know it's comical, but I gotta drive this home. I gotta continue to drive this narrative because if people don't open their eyes, they'll find themselves being in the same influence or under the same influence and attachments of those individuals that are being pulled by those strings. So maybe y'all looking at me and said, well, somebody's driving you. if there was anybody driving me, I can only say it would be my wife. If it was, I wouldn't have nobody else driving me. Now, I'm just saying, if I was driven by anything or any other strings, it got to be somebody who's attached to me. It ain't going to be somebody from the outside, and it ain't going to be somebody definitely that is in YouTube. I got to have my own mind. I got to have my own stance. But if I should have any influence, it should come from the source, which would be my better half, my wife. Now, outside of that, it ain't going to be nobody pulling my strings or plucking me, telling me how to move, where to go, what to say. I do what I do, and I live how I live. Now, this is no rebuttal against an individual that might be close to you, that y'all might be feeding and y'all might be building. That's different. I'm not talking about somebody you're in partnership with building. I'm not talking about somebody who you are in alliance with and moving forward with a certain particular goal or a certain particular aspiration. I'm not talking about that, because that's different. That means both of y'all are giving each other ideas on how you can make things better in what you are doing. So I'm not talking about individuals that you are connected to. I'm talking about people who put the battery in your back, pulling the strings, and making you do their dirty work. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. People who make you do their dirty work while they sit back and they use you as the puppet, and they're pulling the strings while you the mouthpiece, while you talk, while you say the things they don't have the courage to say. They can only say it because they got the puppet being driven to say it. That's the only reason why they have enough heart to say something, is because they're saying it through the puppet. But if it came down to it, they wouldn't have enough galls and enough decency to say it themselves. They're not either man or they're not even woman enough to say it themselves. So what they do is they allow the puppet to say it for them. That gives them enough heart. That gives them enough manhood to say what they got to say. So they'll pump somebody else and they'll pull somebody else's strings to make them move and maneuver to say things when they don't have the heart to say it. I'm talking about the puppet master. I'm talking about people who are out there trying to find the wizard and running down the old yellow brick road trying to get to Oz. Some of y'all trying to get your courage back. Some of y'all trying to get your heart back. Some of y'all scared out there. You don't want to admit it, but some of y'all are living the Alice in Wonderland, and y'all living y'all living that fairy tale. Some of y'all are just going through the emotions of what it is to live in those fairy tales. Follow the yellow brick road. Y'all skipping down the yellow brick road. You got the scarecrow behind you on one end. You got the lion on the other end. And some of y'all dudes got Dorothy slippers on. But I hate to say it, but that's the reality and the facts behind it. I'm talking about the puppet master. I just threw that in there for a little laughter. Y'all can laugh. Come on, I ain't serious today. I'm just being comical, all right? Appreciate all of my new subscribers from B-More. Bigging up B-More. B-More in the house. Appreciate all the love from B-More. Huh? Baltimoreans, appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Thanks for all of those who have subscribed to this channel. Appreciate the love, support. Big ups to all of you. But I'm just talking today. Y'all can see another side of Ace. We don't always got to be serious. Ain't always got to be throwing daggers. Ain't always got to be, trying to throw somebody else under the bus. Ain't got to do all that. I just wanted to speak my piece today and let y'all know what's on Ace's mind at this current moment. All I'm saying is this. Don't be the puppet. Have your own mind. Think your own thoughts. Move the way you move. And don't allow people to push you when you don't want to be pushed. Don't allow people to speak through you when you don't even want to talk. Sometimes silence is the deadliest weapon in the face of this earth. And some people don't even know how to use that. Some people just want to be the biggest mouthpiece, but don't realize some of your power is in silence. You just talk too much. That lets me know that ain't nothing behind you. When you see a person constantly talking all the time and running their mouth, ain't nothing behind them. It ain't nothing behind them. Those are those ones that you try out there in the street. Bust them upside the head or do something like that. Well, I'm just taking you back to where I came from. That's how I used to do it. You had all that mouth, and I was the littlest one that would try you because you ran your mouth. Bust you right upside your head for running your mouth. Like you was thorough like that. People out here pumping these YouTubers up, putting batteries in their back, attacking all these different people, attacking women, just running rampant and crazy. I mean, just doing all this foul, crazy stuff, man. Won't you get your mind right? Get yourself together. Won't you just move forward and do what you got to do? Some people can't even do that because they don't have that mind to do it. They got some weak person pumping them up to do the dirty work. And I know I'm telling you the truth. I know I'm right. You might not agree with me. I might get a thumbs down. That's that hater right there. That's the one that is being pulled. That's the one that got them strings on his back. That thumbs down to be that one, if I get them. So let's get the likes up. All right? Let's get those likes up. But the Puppet Master. If you find yourself in a position where you feel like somebody is trying to pump you and push you in an area you don't want to be in, the first thing you should be honest with is yourself. Then the second thing to do is to be honest with the individual. Be honest enough to be like, you know what? I ain't feeling that. And I ain't going to even take that approach. For whatever reasons you decide in your mind you don't want to take that approach, don't take the approach. Don't let people push you in the corner and pump you up to do something you don't want to do. Because then at the end of the day, you are the one standing out front looking like it was all you all the while when there was somebody else pulling your strings to do it. Now they done left you out there and they done left you to look crazy like you're the one have been all along doing the talking, doing the barking, doing the yelling when it was somebody else pumping you. I'm talking about puppet masters today. What's the attachment? What's the attachment between the puppet and the master? Why is it such a bond there? Why is it such a stronghold? Well, let me say this. I know why there's such a stronghold. Because the puppet can't operate without the strings being pulled. So I understand the attachment that is there. I understand the attachment that it is from the puppet to the master. Because without the master pulling the string, the puppet can't move. That's why people don't have a whole lot to say when there ain't nobody pumping them up. People don't have no angle to come from, nowhere to no thoughts to drive because they have nobody pumping them up. That goes for your kids. If your kids never were rowdy and they're all of a sudden rowdy and going crazy, then you gotta see who is around your son or your daughter pumping them up if you know their character wasn't like that. If their character was never like to be out in the streets talking that slick talk, talking that talk, then obviously there's somebody else behind the scenes pushing them. And that's where you need to get down to the bottom of it to find out who's connected or who's in their life. May it be in school, may it be a neighbor, somebody down the street, or whoever it is, you need to find out who that person is, and you need to kind of check that situation. Talk to your son to get that individual in check. Yeah, this is what I don't know. Factual truth, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who do allow it. Because it actually is factual that a lot of people, even on this YouTube, have strings attached to them. where somebody else is pulling their strings. And that's facts. I don't even need a bullhorn to say that. People already know some of these people that never came out as aggressive as they coming out now, never was like that, but all of a sudden they got something on their chest that they need to prove. No, it's somebody else pulling the strings. And that's facts. That's factual. And people got things attached to them that they scared to even cut the strings off of them. I look at it every day. Every now and then I might go on somebody's live stream and just looking to see what they're talking about. And the very time I pop right in there, I can immediately identify that some strings are being pulled. Immediately. It don't even take long. I can just, as soon as I get in there, I already know there's a battery behind their back. Because what you talk about, what you do in your life, it ought to represent who you are. How you navigate in life should represent who you are as an individual. That's science. I don't need to go into a whole dialogue or lecture behind that. You should know that. Whatever you do in your life should complement who you are. If you ain't no good, own up to the no goodness and be that. 9 times out of 10, when you see a no good, you know what? Everything else follows behind it. It's no good. You ain't going to be able to trust them. You ain't going to be able to lend them money. You ain't going to be able to let them in your house. Because why? You know they ain't no good. Now, if you let them in your house, that's your stupidness. When you know they ain't no good. All right, what's up, everybody? What's up, Suicide? What's up, Suicide? Latasha Pope, Quani Bird, Rella Ann, Dark Chocolate, Factual True. What's up, all y'all? Peace to you in the chat. So, with that being said, a lot of times, you're not going to be operating outside of your comfort zone unless somebody's pushing you to do it. I learned this, and this is a truth to me and how I look at things. People are not going to do or not going to move and do things in life either one without a challenge or unless somebody's challenging them. That's the two things that I know to be factual. And if you disagree, that's fine with me. You can put it in the chat. Okay or well. I'll look at it, but I have my point of view about it. When I look at individuals, what I see personally is either they are challenging themselves or somebody's challenging them. That's how you move in life. That's how you move to the next level. That's how you move to being who you are as the individual. That's how you begin to start climbing the ladder of success, is when you're being challenged in some way, shape, form, or fashion. In the very time that you notice how somebody ain't really doing anything, they ain't got no motivation, that's because they ain't got no challenges. That's because they ain't challenging themselves or somebody ain't challenging them. And all I can really say at the end of the day is if you, and no pain, no gain, that's what's up. If you, at the end of the day, have found yourself under the influence of the master, okay? If somehow or another you found yourself under the influence of the master, it's time to cut those strings. It's time to cut the strings. Nobody needs to know who it is, who you are, what the situation is. If you find yourself being under the influence of somebody else, if somebody's in your ear, let me say it like that. If somebody's in your ear saying things and trying to push you and trying to coach you to do things that you don't want to do, that's totally against what you believe, totally against who you are, cut the strings. All right? Cut the strings. Because when you start to do that, when you get out of pocket or get out of your comfort zone, people could all automatically see that's not who you are. And you're going to get ate up out here. You're going to get ate up. If you ain't about that life, if you ain't about busting that gun, don't go out there talking that slick talk, because people going to see who you are from a mile away. And you're going to get ate up. If that's not your life, don't live it. Live the life that was given to you. Don't portray somebody else's life, because you might not make it. It might not be something that was made for you. You might not make it. So don't go out here broadcasting who you think you are, the toughness in you, talking all that rah-rah and barking and all that stuff. If that's not your life, calm that down. Just bring it down a notch. Because if you ain't about that life, somebody going to pull your card and check whether you about that life or not. If you ain't about that life, you ain't about that life. If you ain't about running up on nobody, don't run up on somebody, because you might run up on the wrong person. If you ain't got that heart, if you ain't busting that gun, you need to calm it down. You need to just retract. That's what's wrong with our society today. They got people out here who are being maneuvered or maneuvering by somebody else. Somebody else is pumping them. Somebody else is pumping that drug dealer on the corner to sell that dope. Somebody's pulling them strings for them to sell that dope. He's telling them, look, I'm going to straighten you out. Get rid of this package for me. I got you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Somebody else's strings is being pulled to push that dope. Somebody else's strings is being pulled to do that robbery. You don't think so? You don't think that somebody else's strings are being pulled to do these things? And if you don't, you crazy. You crazy. Think the average young boy want to be out here selling dope like that? When they got to watch their back, when they getting guns pulled on them, when they get robbed? If they had the opportunity to get a decent job, you don't think they'll trade that in for the dope? Because 9 times out of 10, if they had a decent job, they'll get just as much as everything they want as if the dope boy had. I don't think they wouldn't. You feel me? Because the only thing about being in that life or being in the drug life is the glorification of it. They glorifying the sneakers, they glorifying the whips, they glorifying the lifestyle, the tattoos, the whole aura about it. It's glorified. So of course that's gonna be appealing. But if a young man got a job and can do all of that, what you think he gonna go out there selling dope? Nah, he gonna get it. He gonna focus on his job. He gonna do him. And I think that's how it usually goes. But now, right now, as we see it, there's a lot of people, strings being pulled. The puppet master, he's pulling the strings now. Now he's trying to ante up his game. He's pulling the strings to any and everybody. He's pulling the strings on females. He's pulling the strings on males, young kids. He's out here now pulling the strings on each and every person that is able, gullible, vulnerable. He's doing it. What's up, I'm Miss Black Lady? What's up, T-Duck? SKN, what's up? No doubt. Appreciate it. So, the strings are being pulled. The strings are being pulled. These people now are running around in circles because somebody's pulling their strings to do their dirty work. And it's time to cut the strings. It's time to cut it. It's time for y'all to cut the strings. It's time for y'all to relinquish from being pulled in any way. Ain't nothing, bruh. It's good, man. Just dropping a little bit. just talking about the Puppet Masters, T-Duck. We know we got them out here. T-Duck, we know we got these Puppet Masters out here. We got people who are pulling the strings in other people. And what I like to say, and the lingo I hear, is putting a battery in people's backs, which is almost the same thing. So their strings are being pulled. They're going around saying, doing things, acting a certain way when they know they ain't about that life. And the thing about it is, if you look closely, an individual will tell you who he is. He'll tell you just through his actions who he really is. When you was in the hood, if you in the hood, you know what the stick-up boy look like. That ain't gonna be hard to tell. You know the neighborhood stick-up boy. You know what he come to do. He ain't gonna come to talk to you too much. He gonna stick you up. You already know that. So you can immediately identify the individual when you see him, because you may know him. You may know how his character was when he was small. You pretty much know these things. But when you start to see individuals operating outside of who you know them to be, then you gotta know and understand that there's some strings being pulled here. That the puppet master's in control of them. And now all they're doing is maneuvering now, because the puppet master's pulling on their strings. And all I'm doing today is just telling you, cut the strings loose. Calm yourself down. That's all. That's all. Calm yourself down. Build what you got to build. Do what you got to do. Make yourself stronger in what you're supposed to be doing. And don't worry about the next man and what the next man has or what the next man ain't or is doing. Continue to focus and build on what you got to build on. Brother, sister, whoever. I'm not pinpointing any one particular person or driving my message or driving what I'm saying to any one particular individual. I'm just talking about abroad. The shoe fits, wear it. If it hits you, so be it. But I'm just saying, what I see a lot of people, they're under the influence and they have such an attachment to the puppet master. That attachment. It's like you bonded with him. It's like you bonded with that puppet master. It's like you have no other attachments in this world but to please, but to do what the puppet master says. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That all you can do from day to day is seek to please the puppet master. How crazy is that? At the end of the day, your strings are being pulled. And it's time to cut it. Told y'all I wasn't going to be on here that long. I'll be back with some more content. Got to go to work, so I've got to get that sleep. Appreciate all that stopped by. Thanks to those who have subscribed to Ace Corner Talk. Appreciate those in Aces in a Hole. Appreciate y'all. T-Duck said, the high road. Let me see. All right. So I just want to say peace to all who came in the chat. Peace to all, even my trolls, even those who came to troll me. So Suicide, what's good? Relan, what's good? Dark Chocolate Dude was good. Tasha Pope was good. T-Duck was good. Miss Unblack Lady was good. What's good to all? Seeing y'all in the chat, that must mean you in good health. SKN 4U26, what's good with you? Glad to see y'all in good health. Y'all able to chat in the chat room. So I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow. Got some fire for you tomorrow. Hopefully everything will go well with y'all night. Peace. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not liked, press the like button. Talk to you on the next occasion. This is Ace Corner Talk, and I'm Ace. Peace. I'm out.